the line is open. Late night voices in the dark, real talk straight from the heart. No games, no mess, no disguise, just truth when you step on the line. Call me up, the line stay open. Say what's real, no sugarcoating. Love and life, yeah, we unfold it. Step to the mic, don't hold it. Call me up, we go and live. Tell your truth, don't let it hide. This the place where voices rise. Soft rain every time. He said, she said, we break it down. Different views when we come around. From the chat to the laugh call line. If it's on your heart, it's your time. The line is open, we going live. Say what you feel, it's your time. Soft Reign Hotline, let's talk.
Welcome to the Soft Reign Hotline, where the lines are open and the truth is louder than opinions. This is the space where real people bring real questions and real conversations to the table. No scripts, no filters, just perspective. So if you've got something on your mind, dial in and speak your truth. You're now under Soft Reign.
What's good, y'all? What's good, y'all? Welcome in, welcome in. It's your girl, Soft Reign, and you're now tapped into the Soft Reign Hotline. I love it that y'all been loving this show, where the conversations are real, the feelings are honest, and the truth, we don't run from that over this way. If you're new in here, welcome, welcome, welcome. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, the like button, share it with somebody. Yeah, all that good stuff. So I know I was running behind y'all, so I thank y'all for sticking with me. Sco, the first in the building, as always. We appreciate you, Sco. Hey, Jen. Hey, Roxy. And of course, Jen saying hey to Sco. I was running behind y'all. Let me tell y'all this. When you're trying to incorporate new routines, new diets, and everything else, sometimes it don't get going as smooth as you want it to. And today was one of them days. Actually, this week has been, it hadn't been as smooth as I would like it to be. But we here now. We here. Hey, In Too Deep. And of course, he says, welcome in everyone. As you come in, please click on the like button. It's a free way to support the channel. Absolutely. And a free way to support the channel as well is share it with somebody who don't mind calling me. Tell them to call me up. I want to hear from y'all. And there's a select few people that's been calling me each so, and I really appreciate it. But I want to hear from some new people as well. So, and you don't have to state your name. You can just get on here and talk. We're gonna talk about it. Yeah, so In Too Deep on both sides. Hey, Too Tight. How you doing tonight? Souls of Thought, the biggest. What you laughing about? We're gonna have to talk about that. But welcome in, y'all. I really appreciate y'all being here. Honestly, I am not fully prepared, but we're gonna roll with it anyways. I did want to talk about what you see the title is. You think you're dating, but is it just convenience, really? I know I'm not the only one who has this whole idea of titles in relationships. Part of me understands that it can be a little title can bring clarity to what we got going on. It can create structure. It can make you feel like, okay, this is real type deal. Like you're not just out here guessing and carrying on. Like you're not just feeling like space in somebody's life. So, um, in my opinion on it, sometimes titles do solidify things. Um, so I don't know. We're gonna organically pull up some TikTok videos, and then we're gonna roll from there. I see this count. The people that are coming in, the viewers that are coming in. I appreciate y'all being here. This is a live call-in show. If you do, I will say this: if you do want to support me, a way that's not free is through Cash App. My Cash App handle is scrolling at the bottom of the screen. It supports the channel. It helps me bring you new content, exciting content. And of course, always drop your thoughts in the chat as we roll in. Let's see. Let's see who else is in here. Oh, yep. There's the Cash App. Thank you, Entity. We appreciate you. And that's Lotto's thing. Oh, the biggest. Yes. Okay. I be thinking, you know what? I do be thinking too much. It's been a long day, so it's been a long day. Hey, Miles. I'm glad you're here, Miles. SOs, ASOs. I sent some videos to you. Instagram, big dog. So Too Tight said he sent you some Instagram videos. So we're gonna organically pull up some TikTok videos on relationships. Is a title really necessary? Um, you got your boo thing, you got your little situationship, you got your significant other, you got your my man, my man, my man, or my beautiful lady, or whatever whoever they may be to you. Let me ask y'all this, and I thought I had it pinned in here, but I guess I don't. Do y'all feel like titles solidify relationships? Do y'all feel like relationships need titles? How y'all feel about that? Drop your thoughts in the chat while we go over here. I'm gonna go over here and search up. Well, actually, I see a few now that I'm gonna pull up. So y'all let me know what y'all think about that. Let's see. Let me put this up. I want to share my screen. Ooh, and there it is. You had your day that apple. Well, I didn't have apples today, but I did have some fruits, Mr. Apples. I appreciate you being in here. Make sure you like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Jen said titles mean absolutely nothing. Okay, Jen. So we're gonna get into it. We're gonna add this to the stage. Let's see how I want to do it. That's me again. Ooh, that pulled me all the way up. Boom. Here we go. And we're gonna listen to.
Is a title really necessary in a relationship?
Feel like they do need a title because it gives validation. It also sets boundaries in the relationship.
Can y'all hear that?
If you
Okay.
don't have a title in a relationship that you in, you basically in a situationship. A relationship with no title. No title means no obligation. He or she can tell the opposite sex or the same sex that I am free and single, and they'll throw it in your face when it's time to ask questions. So what Ken said, you need to figure out what you just say.
I simply said that if that is something you require, make it a requirement. Is a title really necessary in a relationship?
Feel like they do need a title because it gives validation. It also sets boundaries in the relationship. If you don't have a title in a relationship that you in, you basically in a situationship. A relationship with no title. No title means no obligation. He or she can tell the opposite sex or the same sex that I am free and single, and they'll throw it in your face when it's time to ask questions. So what Ken said.
Ooh, you see what she said right there? She said that no title means that they're single and free and they can do whatever they want. They'll throw it in your face. Oh, you can't expect these expectations from me because we are not what you think we are, type deal. So
you need to figure out what you just say.
I simply said that if that is something you require, make it a requirement.
So he's saying if a title is what you require, make it a requirement. So I tend to think that if we're doing this, if me and you are together, then yes, we need to acknowledge something. A lot of people have that thought, like what's understood doesn't have to be explained type deal too. But then we go back to what he just said about it being a requirement. Let's look at something else. Oh, then we've talked about.
So everybody talks about relationship titles, but here's what nobody actually says. The real problem with relationship titles is that a relationship usually ends while you're still calling it one. And that reason is simple, that a title can keep a relationship alive long after the experience inside it is actually gone. Girl.
He be saying a lot, y'all. So we just gonna listen in.
friend, boyfriend, wife, husband. But the moment that you choose a title, a third entity enters the relationship. There's you, there's them, and now there's the title. And that third entity is not neutral, because now you're not just relating to each other, you're relating to what the relationship is supposed to be. The title brings expectations, standards, an invisible script. And now, even inside of a private relationship, you feel like you're in a ghost competition. Are we a good couple? Is this what it's supposed to look like? Are we doing this right? And people will praise you for that title. People who have no access to what's actually happening between you. You guys are perfect. I love your relationship. You've been together how long? But they're not seeing the relationship. They're seeing the category, because titles don't exist to verify relationships. They exist to make them legible to everyone outside of them. And that title starts competing with reality itself, because now there's what's actually happening between you and what this is supposed to mean. So when pressure shows up, so distance, tension, misalignment, most people don't follow the signal. They follow the category. They say we're good. Relationships go through this. This is just a phase. Sometimes that's true, but structurally something else is happening. The title gives you a way to stay organized around the relationship after you can already feel you're no longer being met. It blurs the exact moment contact drops. And that moment is the one that most people are trying not to see, because if you actually see it, if you watch the exact second the connection stops responding, you don't interpret it structurally.
Oh, he's saying a lot, y'all. He's saying a lot. I think without titles, though, for real, there's no accountability in a relationship. If you're in a relationship, it's like a what are we doing type deal. Let me ask y'all this too. What do you think it's wise to, or what are your thoughts on asking the question, what are we doing? After a while, when you start dating somebody and you're going through that talking stage, because some people tend to believe that I've seen some people tend to think that you shouldn't be asking that at all. But other people that I've run across and talked to says that you should ask, so you know what's going on, because you might be with this person, but that person might not be with you. So let's see. Miles said it means acknowledgement. And with acknowledgement comes what, Miles? Accountability and whatnot. Roxy said, I don't need titles. I would just like simple clarification to know where I stand and how I should behave if I am approached. Jen said there is an accountability for some when there is a title. Hey. Yes. You're right about that. Miles said that question is an ultimatum. Break that down, Miles. So what are we doing? So if we're not doing something, then we're not together. If we don't if we don't clarify the title of our relationship, then what are we really doing? Type deal. I'm not gonna let Cypher J cook a little too much longer. Let's see. Relationship titles. You want all the perks. Oh, let's look at this right
Men be
here.
wanting everything that comes with a relationship and a commitment, but don't want to put a title on it. And he's like the prime example of that. Like, you're okay with going on a trip with somebody, dating somebody, courting somebody, being with somebody, and not being in a relationship with them. How do you think like that would make a woman feel?
Not to saying I don't want love and shit like that, but just like it's a bunch of red flags and like red bells that go off when I hear that shit, because there's so much possibility and so much room for error. When the same thing you get in a relationship, I done got from females, or you can get from females without being in that.
And be wanting everything that comes with a relationship and a commitment, but don't want to put a title on it. And he's like the prime example of that. Like, you're okay with going on a trip with somebody, dating somebody, courting somebody, being with somebody, and not being in a relationship with them. How do you think like that would make a woman feel?
Not to saying I don't want love and shit like that, but just like it's a bunch of red flags and like red bells that go off when I hear that shit, because there's so much possibility and so much room for error. When the same thing you get in a relationship, I done got from females, or you can get from females without being in that.
And be wanting.
And that what he just said at the end. I'm gonna listen to it one more time. What he said at the end.
Everything that comes with a relationship and a commitment, but don't want to put a title on it. And he's like the prime example of that. Like, you're okay with going on a trip with somebody, dating somebody, courting somebody, being with somebody, and not being in a relationship with them. How do you think like that would make a woman feel?
Not to saying I don't want love and shit like that, but just like it's a bunch of red flags and like red bells that go off when I hear that shit because there's so much possibility and so much room for error. When the same thing you get in a relationship, I done got from females, or you can get from females without being in that.
And be wanting.
So he's saying that he can get the relationship a woman, the things that women do when they're in relationships from a woman without a title. He's gotten it before, so why should he even put a title on anything? Miles said, right, it's a fork in the road. You either continue or you split. Jen said, for some, titles will dictate how they move. I agree with that, Jen. Hey, Uncle Plug, welcome in, Uncle Plug. In Too Deep said, my question is, what do you need clarification on? You're seeing that person on a more consistent basis. What do you need to define Rain? What are we doing? What are we doing? Are we continuing this talking stage? Are we moving forward? Are we moving into a relationship? Like, what are we doing? Am I your lady? Are you my man, my man, my man? What are we doing? Are we going to continue just being, or are you just my boo thing where we don't go any further than that, or just a situationship? What are we doing? I think that's where some expectations get mixed up too as well. I think, I don't know. Some people they do. I don't know. I don't know. I would want to, as a woman who is single, if I were in a talking stage with somebody and the relationship or the talking stage continues to develop into something else, I would want to know, hey, what are we doing? Are we going to continue to talk, or are we just going to continue to, or are we going to move forward and build on this relationship? I guess is what I'm trying to get at. And thank y'all to everybody that's showing up. I see these numbers are going up. If you're here, make sure you like the stream. Make sure you like it. Make sure you share it. And most importantly, make sure you subscribe. Turn on your notifications. I do this every Thursday around the same time. I'm going to put the phone number up now. You can call me live and we can talk on the phone instead of being in this chat. I'm going to read these few chats that I have, and then we're gonna move in. I'm gonna put the phone number on the screen, and y'all can give me a call, and we can talk about it some more. Richard said, "I like this era. It's all about playing house. You just got to not believe it's real. If you do, child support and divorce will remind you." Soul says, "Why can't you just adjust organically? Actions speak louder than words, right?" I agree. I agree. But with that being said, does that still not give that person clarity on what the relationship is? Like, coming back to the question, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Into Deep said, what are we doing? Wouldn't you already clarify that before you mess it up? That's just me. You're telling me your expectations prior to me or us hanging out, right? I would think so. If the expectation is to marry, if the expectation would be to be in a committed relationship, if the expectation would be like, look, I don't want to be married. I just want to be around somebody. I don't want to lock in, but I think that gives, when you don't want to lock in, I think that gives leeway for people to leave and not want to work through something. Roxy said, hit the like and subscribe and don't forget to share. Definitely. Too Tight said, if you're interested in being with that person and come in with understanding, this is what I'm looking for and what I need on both parts of each side, then what's the problem? If you're interested in being with that person and come in with understanding that this is what I'm looking for and what I need on both parts of each side, then what's the problem? I feel as though some people, and it could be the woman or the man, get to a point where they're just comfortable with what they have and don't want to progress and don't want to move forward, because then comes accountability. General. Oh, I missed your whole. Oh, I done missed all these comments, y'all. Wait. Let me scroll back up. Okay. What are we doing? Yeah, click on that notification bell, y'all, if y'all are in here. Can somebody see this person out the door, please? 'Cause we're not entertaining that. So it says titles are for the insecure. Just as in corporate environment, you can be the boss and still work with the general population. Titles matters for pay. Relationships don't pay. Okay. Miles said 2 people could be dating for different reasons that weren't discussed prior. Yeah. And Jen said women and men may have very different opinions on what titles mean to them, as well as very different reasons for not wanting a title. You're right, Jen. It goes both ways. So I'm going to put the phone number up on the screen, and it is 205-265-1465. And you can ring my line and you can call me and we can talk about it. While we doing that, we're going to play some music. So y'all call me. My phone. I'm looking at it. Y'all call me. Let me know.
Talk to you.
What I do? There we go.
Shorty so gorgeous, she fine, face for a portrait. I'm knowing she noticed, but I'm trying to stay focused. My poker face holding, but I feel like she knowing, and I'm trying to control it.
That's too tight, exactly. Appreciate it, Anthony. Big fat. Go say, what's up, chat? What's up, Sko? And 2D said, what's up, Cheap?
We gonna keep it simple, take you somewhere with a volume low.
Yeah.
Look in your face, I can hear when you talk.
Let's see what else we got over here.
I look in your eyes, you look to the side, could tell that you nervous, your hands a little cold. When we lock eyes,
make sure my ringer on. Y'all need to call me.
Shorty so gorgeous, she fine, face for a portrait. I'm knowing she noticed, but I'm trying to stay focused.
Only what? Let's see what this lady has to say. Hold on, let's see.
She invited me over for
real bad. I got that feeling. Where did she go? Here she is. Titles are only.
I do not give a damn about a title. A title means nothing to me if it is not being upheld on both ends. Okay? I don't give a damn about a title that corresponds to a relationship. I don't give a fuck about it. If you're not giving a fuck about it and you're acting like you're not giving a fuck about it, then why should I? No. I forgive, I don't forget. I remember when you showed me that ass. I remember the color of it. I remember the stench. I do not give a damn about a title. A title means nothing to me if it is not being upheld on both ends. Okay? I don't give a damn about a title that corresponds to a relationship. I don't give a fuck about it. If you're not giving a fuck about it and you're acting like you're not giving a fuck about it, then why should I? No. I forgive, I don't forget. I remember when you showed me that ass. I remember the color of it. I remember the stench.
And she remembered the color of it. She remembered the stench. So basically, she's just saying, she said, if the title is not going to be upheld, then she said, damn, the stench. If the title's not being upheld, then, she going to move different. I believe people move different when. Oh, that's the wrong number, Momo. Hold on. 205. The number is 205 465-1460. Is that my number, y'all? 205-265-205-265-1465. There we go. There we go. Let's listen. Y'all like her. So we gonna listen to it one more time.
I do not give a damn about a title. A title means nothing to me if it is not being upheld on both ends. Okay? I don't give a damn about a title that corresponds to a relationship. I don't give a fuck about it. If you're not giving a fuck about it and you're acting like you're not giving a fuck about it, then why should I?
Oh yeah, we got a call. Let me find where I have to press 1. Soft Reign Hotline. Who I got on the hotline?
It's your girl Momo. What up, boo?
What's up, Momo? How you feeling tonight?
I feel great, girl. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing well. So what you got for me on this? Are titles necessary?
No, they're not. You're either my man or my husband. There's no in between. I don't believe in titles. You know, like we gotta be grown about some stuff. You know, like till you put a ring on it, till you make it where we in one household and joint bank accounts, baby. You know, it just is what it is.
So you just moving.
Period.
You just moving the way you moving. So you don't. Let me ask you this: you don't feel like that would solidify what y'all have going on with a title, or y'all just?
No, what solidifies is the way that you carry yourself when you with me and how you move about me. A title don't define what you do for me and what I am to you. Your actions don't solidify that. Not a word that's in the dictionary. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Like the way you move about me is gonna solidify you. The way you don't play about me or this cat is gonna solidify me. The way you pay these bills is gonna solidify me. My man. That's big shit. A title don't mean nothing. That's just words. How you move about me, how my man gonna make sure I put him up on that pedestal, how I'm adored, how I'm appreciated, how I'm valued, how I'm cherished. That's more than a girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think people put too much emphasis on the title. Because what you bring to the table is more than a title.
All right. I hear you. You're right. But I feel like I think I need some clarity though. Even if we move in a certain way, I think I need some clarity.
I feel that, but like again, like the clarity is gonna be defined in how he moves. You feel what I'm saying? Like if a man showing up every day, being consistent every day, making sure that his presence is known, making sure that you're the first thing he thinks about, making sure that the reassurance is there and you're confident in that reassurance and that peace is there, like why is it need to be defined in anything? Because y'all as a unit and your dynamic can't be defined in a word. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like when I'm with a person, like we're a walking and moving dynamic. Mm-hmm. So we're consistently growing, evolving, ascending. Fuck you talking about? So we're not just a boyfriend and girlfriend. I'm not just a girlfriend out here taking little cute cuddly ass fucking pictures and looking good on the gram and changing relationship status. Boy, we out here taking care of business, making plans, doing arrangements if you with the right one. I want my man to make me better. I want my man to push me and elevate me, and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? So, again, when you're talking about at this age that we're at, you shouldn't be trying to label yourself or box yourself into any label or title for the simple fact that you should always be trying to grow and elevate yourself to the next level. You feel what I'm saying? When you were young, you called yourself a little, a little shorty, a little baby. You feel what I'm saying? But now you a grown woman. To some people, you an auntie, you a little TT. You're not going to carry yourself like a little girl. You feel what I'm saying? So as a grown-ass woman who about her shit, I'm going to expect for my man to carry me and whatever we got going on as such. But you, as a grown-ass woman, should know how to place these motherfuckers in the right place from the get-go. You know what I'm saying? We all know, like, okay, I got my little whoopty whoop. I got my little side bay. Okay, I got my little work bay. Okay, I got my little cool ass friends that, you know, is cool to hang out with, but I can't go past level D. You feel what I'm saying? Like, we all know where to place these motherfuckers at. You know, like, but that's a placement issue. That's not a title. You feel what I'm saying? And your man to place
knowing
you.
your place.
Absolutely. Yeah. You have to know your place. Okay. Yeah, because like a man will play you for a fool. If you allow a man to place you as a situationship, that's what you're gonna be placed. If you allow a man to place you as a doormat, he's gonna place your ass right there on his feet. What you talking about? You know what I'm saying? You gotta be wise enough and have that discernment enough to know where the fuck you stand with him. You know what I'm saying? Women forget they got the pussy, they forget they rule the world. You know, sometimes you gotta help these motherfuckers adjust their crown a little bit. You know, we all fall off. We all do. We all fuck up. But it's about how long you stay there. You know what I'm saying? And what you learn from it. You should learn something every time you get in a bad situation or you deal with somebody who didn't be up to par, whether it was on your fault or his fault, because you got to own your shit too. Like, I own my shit. I know sometimes I fuck up. You know what I'm saying? I know sometimes I dog walk niggas. But I own my shit. I should probably come with a warning tape. You feel what I'm saying? Caution. Beware. What you talking about? I'm not for the weak, baby. Like, now you want to proceed past go and collect your $200, baby? That's on you, goofy, but not on me. Because I want your black ass. Feel what I'm saying? So again, like, you have to know your place. You cannot let these motherfuckers talk you up out of any type of mindset that you already placed. That's why I tell women and I tell my daughters it's critical to understand expectations, requirements, wants, and needs. There are 4 very different words and also 4 different types of things and mindsets that have to be applicable to all 4 different things. And you have to be firm in that. You have to also have your non-negotiables. But at the end of the day, you also have to know that you don't have a title on you. Don't let no man define you in a word. You cannot do that. Unless he's about to make you a wife, that's when it's solidified. Wife is a whole different ball game. That's what women are trying to get to. You got to do the work of all the many different levels of words to get there. Just beyond a girlfriend.
I hear you, Momo. I hear you. There's some comments in the chat too. Roxy said facts, Momo. Jen said now that's reality. Jen said now that's reality. Soul said thank you, Momo. Jen said exactly. Actions, you could be wifey and still not be chosen.
For sure.
Soul said thank you to all the women. Just say it, Souls, you right. Soul said Rain is a conditional person and that's fine. And Jen is agreeing with you again. She said, Momo, yes. And Soul said, I could have saved y'all 20 minutes. I said it.
I've only been on this phone for 8 minutes, low-key. Not 20 minutes. No. But no, for real though, I think like we'll save ourselves a lot of heartache and a lot of hardships if we just have real conversation with ourselves before we end up with people that we know that we're not equally yoked with, that we know that we have no business with. And I was just talking to one of my daughters about this. She's going to be 18. I said, the moment you start collecting these red flags with these men, you got to know, like, you ain't in the bag. You're not in that bag. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you're not in that type of job. That's not for you. You know, leave him and his flags where the fuck he at. You know what I'm saying? If that's the profession that he want to play, let him do that. And that's as grown women too. Sometimes we like these fix-it flat ass people. Sometimes we have such big hearts because we are natural nurturers. We care. We give a fuck. We like, oh my God, I believe in his dreams. But he's a 33-year-old rapper who has 2 jobs and he's at the studio on the weekend, still smokes weed and sees his baby on the weekend. You know what I mean? But it's okay because he loved me and he loved on me and his dick is good and he take out the trash and he massaged my feet really good. No, bitch. Get your goofy ass out of here. Wake up and smell the coffee. Leave that motherfucker right where he at.
Yeah.
You know, fuck him and get the fuck on. Point blank period.
Know their place. that they
put these motherfuckers in a place, shorty, on me. Like, I'm not playing no games with you, baby. I promise you I'm not. I ain't here to be no Nintendo Switch. What Migo say? Stop playing game on me. I'm not a PlayStation. Goof ass on me.
All right, Ms. Momo. I appreciate you calling in. I'm gonna get some of these comments, and we're gonna free up the line and see if anybody else on call.
You know, love, girl.
All right, thank you. Oh, thank you for calling in, Momo. Roxy said titles are absolutely just words. Actions need to and should always speak louder. As a woman, some of us just get stuck on the words and not pay enough attention to the actions or lack thereof. And I'm coming back to y'all comments though. I did want to get those going to Momo. Soul said, shut the show down. Roxy agreeing. Good night. I'm gonna go back up to some of these comments that I skipped over when we were talking to Miss Momo. Roxy said, lots of women overthink so much. What's wrong with helping that thought process if the man is interested and looking to invest and would eventually like something move April, what happened? And would eventually like something more forward in the I think it's supposed to be more forward in the future. Miles said, I'm guilty of having fun for years with the same person only because she didn't talk about progressing. So when does it become stagnant and not progress anymore? What happens then? Do we shut it down? Does the relationship not, do we stay in that stagnant era? Roxy said, dang the stench. And we talk about this young lady. So said, if a title determines your movement, you never was for that person. Too Tight said, souls you cooking, boy. Roxy said, Fats, Mama, we already read all those. Of course, In Too Deep said, make sure you save the number and leave a voicemail for future shows. Yes, if you're catching this on the rewatch, make sure you call me. You can leave a voicemail and I'll play it for a future show and we can rehash this out. Yes, souls. I'm gonna agree with you, souls. And not so much conditional. I like clarity. In Too Deep said, make sure you save the number and leave a voicemail. Yep, for future shows. Let's see. We read that one. Oh, we got another phone call coming in on the hotline. Let's see who we got. Soft Reign Hotline. Let me put you on speaker so we can all hear you. Who do I have on the hotline?
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Who is this?
Oh, well, this is In Too Deep.
Hey, In Too Deep. What you got for me?
Well, I kind of want to answer the question what you were asking before, kind of with Miles, and I'm an expert at this. Men will only go as far as you put conditions on. So what Momo was saying is absolutely correct. Okay. If you're talking about wanting to have a husband, you need to say that from the jump, because then men will be like, I don't want to go that far. Or let's see how far we can progress or how far we have to go until, you're not playing any games. So it's your game to, not saying, I don't want to say game because that makes it sound like it's you're playing with somebody, but it's the relationship versus situationship, right? You're trying to build something. So you need to say that from the beginning. So that's what I was kind of saying with you. You need to specify what you're looking for from the jump. As a man at my age, I ain't got time to mess around. I don't really date a whole bunch of people. If I am going to date, I'm dating one person. So I don't really have it. But the younger men are different because they have a lot of, soiling their royal oats, so to speak, right? Getting their feet wet. I already know how to take care of a woman. I've done it plenty of times beforehand. So depending on your age bracket, age range, you have to specify this question. But what Miles is saying, if you allow us to say, hey, let's just chill and see how it goes and where it goes, and you don't say nothing, we're going to keep it calm, cool, and collective on the freeway on cruise control. Because we don't want no problems. We don't want no fuss. We don't want no muss. We want to keep it rocking and rolling straight down the alley. You know what I mean? So as soon as you say, hey, I kind of want to have this type of relationship, and that's not where we really want to go, and it kind of messes up the fun, that's where relationships start to falter, if that makes sense. Especially if you're not the type of girl I really want to get with, but we're just having fun and it's convenient. So what Momo's saying is absolutely correct. If you allow a man to a certain extent, I'm not trying to put salt up game. It could be just, you know, as at my age, you know, I ain't really trying to mess with somebody that I'm not really looking to get married. And if that's what you're looking for, I'd be like, hey, we're better off as coworkers or friends, or maybe we can do business together. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna bark down your tree because I don't want to mess up something, mess up a good relationship or a friendship or whatever. Even though it could be something special, I'm gonna stay in my lane because marriage is not my cup of tea unless there's, I already told you, a prenup and, you know.
Right.
You know, so there's a business aspect for my situation. I'm like souls. Love is conditional with women. They love you until you stop paying. In my responsibility, or in my past relationships anyway.
Yeah. So let me ask
I
you,
hope that makes sense.
It does, but let me ask you this. So for the women out there, I guess it comes along with discernment. How do you determine like, and I guess it comes, no, I'm not even gonna ask that. It comes along with expectations and where you set the bar as far as what are we doing, you know, that I guess that needs to be put out there in the beginning. Like, no, I really don't want a relationship right now. And I think, honestly, that's where a lot of men mess up, is because they go talking to these different women and they know they don't really want to be in a relationship, but still do relationship things with that woman and still spend an abundance of time with them, still do things that relationships, so to speak, a committed relationship, things that they do, but they really don't want to be with that person like that. They really don't want to lock in like that. And I think that's where a lot of confusion comes in too.
That's younger men for sure.
Okay.
Like this, I'll give you what I tell my daughter, or told my daughter. Look at yourself as a cup of sugar. If you keep giving all your sugar away, what are you left with at the end when you have a couple scoops left for your husband?
Not nothing. It's not gonna be sugar. It's not gonna be sweet.
So then you're gonna be empty. There you go. So in order to keep your sugar, as much sugar as you possibly can, what should you do?
Keep the sugar.
How do you do that?
Put it up in the pantry. Lock it up.
There you go.
Don't use it.
There you go. Don't use it. Don't. That's all. I'm not trying to say. Classic has been saying this. He's saying use discernment and put your stuff away for the right person, for the right situation. So unless somebody's taking it from you, and we don't, I don't condone none of that.
No, yeah.
But I do tell my daughter, men are going to say whatever. They're going to tell you, "I love you" to the blue in the face.
Right.
Purple in our case is sitting on. You know what I'm saying? They're going to tell you. I've been there. I've been desperate for some coop. You know, I had my time period where I was, I feel this. And that's the alcohol talking. Okay?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, you can walk around with several different understandings, but the one that you need to understand is your discernment. What kind of sugar, or how much sugar do you want? How sweet do you want to be to your husband so he wants to work for you?
Okay.
I mean, I'm not the type of person that's really into that, but I'm just saying, for me, if the perfect scenario were to have happened for me, I would not be on this phone right now. I would have had 4, 5, 6, maybe even 7 kids with a person if she would have played right. So most guys that are at an older age that get this far, being single with money, what do you think they're going to do they're going to want to protect their sugar. My asset is your want. Your asset is my want. So if you're not sweet, you ain't getting my sugar, so why should I get your sugar? Vice versa, right? We're looking at this as a reciprocation. It's a transaction, so to speak. Unfortunately, I look at everything as a business arrangement, unfortunately, but I uphold my business arrangement. So I'll give you an example, and I'll leave it at this because I'll overtalk. If let's say hypothetically we were talking about getting in a relationship, I already sent you my dating contract, and I asked you to read over it because it tells you exactly what I'm looking for. It breaks everything down. It got 10 items of understand. Well, 9, and then the 10th is an NDA. So it's just between me and you because that's all I really want. So it gives you from the very beginning. I find out what your love languages are, what you're expecting, what kind of things you're looking for, what kind of dating you want to do. These are the questions that I've already took the time to figure out, hey, this is exactly what I'm willing to do. And if we align, cool. If we don't, no harm, no foul. Now, you can't talk about me because we both signed it and we go about our business. So, men are very logical. Most men over the age of 40 that are worth their salt, because you guys have sugar, we have salt. If we're worth our salt, we're going to sit up here and we're going to evaluate how you move. And if you have the sweetness that we're looking for, the kind disposition we're looking for, we are going to cater to what you need. So the question I asked you is still remaining. If you, from the beginning, said, this is what I'm looking for marriage, I'm looking for XYZ, blah, 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 a guy's going to be like, do I really want to play that game? Or do I just want to be like, I'm not looking for a relationship. Let's be cool. Let's get to know each other and be friends and then keep it on the friend. I put more women in friend zones than I need to. And the reason why I do that is because I'm not trying to overstep my boundary with you. And then I still have the sugar between me and you. You get to keep it. I'm not trying to press you for it. And I'm not trying to give you my salt. So we can still remain friendly. We can still remain kosher. There might be something that you might need from me, vice versa. So like I said, I'm all about the business. Relationships are business. Business contacts are relationships. So is friendships. So is situationships. So are relationships. Sexual in nature or whatever, however you want to run it. They all have conditions. They all have responsibilities and boundaries. If you don't use them and don't use them with discernment, the key word, discernment, you are going to be the one giving up your sugar or giving up your salt. I've given up way too much salt. I had to rebuild my salt several times. You have to rebuild your sugar because if you don't replenish it, guess what? You can't get sweetness, right?
Right. Yeah.
I hope that helps.
Yeah. I hear you. I understand where you're coming from.
Okay.
I appreciate you, and right. See you in the chat. All right.
Always, anytime.
Oh, I hung up on him. I'm sorry. I hit the button before you finished. I'm sorry. I feel bad now. Let's get to some of these comments. Y'all been rocking out in the comments, and I appreciate it. Let's see. I think I need to come back up this way. If I redo some, I'm sorry. So Richard said, good conditional person at Souls. Into Deep said the men are quiet. When we were talking to Momo, Soul said, not you, Momo, the first topic. Oh, and yeah, Soul said, shut the show down. Even Roxy agreeing. Good night. Into Deep said, single games. Laugh out loud. Richard said, I see why people fanned out. Too Tight says, she say, oh, goofy tail. Our grooves with Momo be having me rolling. Yeah. Too Tight is the FYM. Yeah. Momo, she stands her ground when she talks. Roxy said, women need to know your worth better and have the respect that not just any man is for you. Women need to have better self-respect to stop adjusting the goalposts. All right, Roxy. Jen said, depends on the person's stance in the first place. Roxy said, shut it down and step back. Two Tight said, "Oh, ish." I'm not even saying all that. Y'all know I don't do all that. Miles says, "Sex does not equal a relationship for most guys. Women may feel differently." No, as a woman, it doesn't equal a relationship. For me, it doesn't. Roxy said, laughing my tail off. Souls, yeah, I know I surprised you with agreeing. Tez, welcome down. Tez is in the building. What's up, Tez? Thank you, Tez. Yep, Too Tight said Tez. Welcome down. Tez is in the building. So said 111. Great show. Would love to hear your series up the Tez. Soul said great show. Would love to hear your series up to the what is that, Houston, Texas police. Miles said, well said, and too deep. Ted said, if their relationship isn't fun, it's a drag. Soul says, send me some. Oh, Ted said, Soul, send me some literature about it. I'll walk them down tomorrow. He said, I got you. So y'all set up a whole show tomorrow. Ted said, don't want the man having no fun. Soul said, I'm so proud of Rain standing her ground. Jen said, I think if the person doesn't want to be married, the person that does needs to use discernment and make some decisions. Let me read that one more time. Jen said, I think if the person doesn't want to be married, the person that does needs to use discernment and make some decisions. Yes. So if that comes about, if it's, I don't think that if in the beginning, if marriage isn't the end goal for both, then I don't think they should be dating. I think whatever the end goal, not necessarily the end goal, but what are we evolving into? If it's not married, if it's not the same on both, then I don't think they should be dating. Classic, hey, Classic, welcome in. He said, yo. He said, Classic, someone catch me up, chat. Richard said, Rain couldn't hold that laughing. I never can. I never can. My face says a lot all the time. Soul said, Rain is conditional and needs titles, and everyone else disagree. Laugh out loud. Classic. Classic said, anybody on the chat, I don't want to distract Rain. Conditional on what front? Soul says, I move on titles only. Clarity. So now that Classic is caught up, Classic, what do you think? Are titles necessary in relationships, or are relationships just based off convenience? Let me know what you think, Classic. While Classic come up with something, y'all know the hotline is open. The number is 205-265-1465. And I'm going to look on TikTok. Actually, you know what? No. Sunday. Let me tell y'all something. I totally forgot about this, okay? Sunday, I don't check my conversation with Soft Reign mail, Gmail a lot. I don't. I'm bad at it. I'm bad at going on TikTok, checking my inbox on TikTok. I used to be a person that scrolls, but I shut that down. I had to do something better. Oh, and we got a phone call coming in. Let's see who we got on the hotline. To accept. Soft Reign Hotline. Who do we have on this here hotline? Who am I speaking with?
What up? What up, Rain? It's Classic.
What's up, Classic? What you got for me?
None, chilling. Yeah, titles, are they necessary?
Yeah.
It depends on who you ask. Me personally, I try to stay away from titles altogether for as long as possible. I hate to be this guy, but I'm gonna be this guy. Titles just lead to a lot of disappointment in my world. You know what I'm saying? Because titles come with entitlement. That's why the root word of entitlement is title. So you put a title on it so somebody can feel entitled to certain things. So once you give it a title, you give them entitlement. And depending on what the title is, the more entitlement come with it. You know what I'm saying? So I think that for some people, they would like to have them because they want to be able to hold your feet to some type of fire. They want to know how yeah, how should I be looking at you? What should I expect from you? You know, what am I allowed to speak up about? You know what I mean? Stuff like that. So yeah, some people think that it helps, you know, draw clear lines. I think clear lines, depending on what type of relationship it is, are overrated. You know what I mean? That's just me. Because and again, it sounds pessimistic, but my stuff is just rooted in real world experience, and it's just how many people are really being honest anyway. How many people are really being trustworthy anyway? So it's like you put a title on it just so you can police somebody's behavior, just so they can disappoint you by being a human being. So I don't know if that's necessary or not. Me personally, I'd rather build a bond with somebody and just move however you feel like is respectful to me based on how you feel about me. I'm cool with that. Me personally, I've been through too much now. For the people who that's a little, what y'all say, who hurt you, and it's not even about romantic relationships, all of them, I'm saying.
Right.
So, so it's, you know, all the who hurt you or who, you know, why you think like that. Like, nah, I just, you know, I've been around for a little while and I've been dealing with people the whole time and I know what comes with people, you know. So I personally stay away from titles, but I do think that you're going to get a mixed bag from your average person. What was your thought about it? You said you need a title?
For clarity, like, what are we doing? What are we doing? If, say, for instance, we're in this talking stage and the relationship is progressing, feelings are being had, and we're starting to move differently. It's evolving. It's elevating from that talking stage. Like, I feel as though I would need clarity. Like, what are we doing? Are we moving forward? Are we staying in this little, am I your boo thing? Am I your lady? Is this going to be a situationship? All that, I would want clarity somehow.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. You don't want to feel like, you know, that you could potentially just be wasting time. So, I mean, I guess that's a fair ask in the romantic world. But when y'all say in general, I definitely would have to say not in general. But romantically, I definitely could see why a woman want a title, especially an intentional one. I could see why y'all would ask for that. But I do have to add this piece. Just because there's a title, it don't change nothing. A person gonna do exactly what they want to do, regardless of what y'all call it. So I do think titles are overrated, but it do give you something to go off of, like you said, as far as your expectation. It's a tricky subject.
It is. It is.
Yeah. So what you gonna do?
You know, either I'm gonna stick around and see if it evolves into what my expectations are, or either I'm not. The only thing I worry about is like the relationship getting stagnant. Like if we just coexisting around each other, you know, instead of being with each other, we're just coexisting. Like, what are we doing? You know. So
yeah,
I think that's where you have to reevaluate what you're doing too, if it ever does become stagnant.
I think it will though. It's necessary, right? Like if y'all, like say there's a situation where you trying to be with one more, you know, with the next guy for the rest of your life, right? For example's sake, doesn't it have to become complacent at some point? Doesn't it become, you know, isn't there some contentment involved, right? Or is it just like a lifetime of trying to figure out the next adventure? You know what I mean? Like, isn't there some stagnation, some positive stagnation that should settle in?
It should.
Or no?
Yeah, it should. Positively, yes, but if it becomes where we just coexisting around each other and we're not doing nothing for each other, we're passing each other by, but we still in the same.
Though?
I would hope not.
I'm not trying to be pessimistic, but hear me out. Like if you're gonna be with somebody for 40 years,
Mm-hmm.
you don't think out of 40 years that there's gonna be a year or two or maybe some months or whatever where y'all just like ships passing in the night? You don't feel like that'll just happen a little bit at some point in time?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's what I mean. Like I feel like we talk about this stuff and then I bring up the reality of it and I sound like a bad guy because everybody else trying to have a Disney movie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
we want the Disney movie, but we know it's not reality.
It ain't happening. It's not
Yeah.
happening.
Mhm.
Oh, all right, okay, all right. Well, hey, look, I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's tricky. You got a good topic tonight. I just wanted to call to get my 2 cents. I'll leave the line open though.
Thank you, class. I appreciate you.
For sure. Keep doing your thing, girl.
Thank you. Yeah, so I don't it's I don't know, y'all. I don't know. We're gonna get some of these topics. I mean, not topics, but comments. Classic said conditional on what front? Okay, we already did that. So said thank you, Classic. And he gave clarity, laugh out loud. Richard said true, it sets a standard. So said if you need titles for accountability, you have no self-worth. I wouldn't say that, so I'm gonna come back to that. I gotta think on that a little bit. So said classic, we have daily reminders, laugh out loud, literally. Miles said, Into Deep said, Miles, thank you. Soul said, those you rush are not ready. I feel you on that. They're not, yeah. I don't think nothing as far as relationship goes, I don't think you should rush into anything. Soul said, no time is wasted if you learn from your relationship. No time is wasted if you learn from your relationship. Richard said, just say wifey. That's wifey. Miles said, it's an unfair game. We make rules according to failed past relationships. Yeah. Yeah. Which we should. I would think that we should just learn from it, but and not make too many rules. And I got another call on the hotline. Let's see who's calling.
To accept, press 1.
Soft Reign Hotline. Who do I have on the hotline?
This is Roxy.
Hey, Roxy. What you got for me tonight? Interesting topic, huh?
Very. I think a lot of us as women, we get stuck on the word, we get stuck on the title, we get stuck on what it is, just simply because we almost kind of like that want that confirmation. And like how we should move about what it is. But sometimes it's not necessary to have that confirmation. If you are pursuing this person, if that person is pursuing you, do we need any more than that at that point? Because sometimes it's one of those things y'all got to figure things out before it can get to that point where it becomes a title. Does that make sense?
Say it one more time for the people in the back. For me.
Sometimes you need to continue pursuing. If you continue to pursue each other, then what more confirmation do you need? Like sometimes you got things to work on, you got goals to do, you got things you got to work out, figure out. And so sometimes a title is not really going to be the most helpful thing in that point. A title sometimes will cause confusion at that point. Because if you're feeling like you're not getting the attention that you need, then that's just a conversation you need to have and not necessarily have a title. Because classic phrase, with the word entitlement comes entitled.
Yeah.
Like, if you are pursuing this person, just keep pursuing the person. If you're not, then don't feel like you need to do anything else, but just act accordingly. Like, if you want to continue to pursue this person, or you think this person is something to you, or they're important to you, and you don't have a title yet because of things are in the way, then there shouldn't be a problem with that.
Now that you say that, Roxy, and me reading some of the comments while you were talking, I honestly, and I think that the reason why I'm stuck on that, not necessarily stuck on titles, but thinking that, I need a title is because of past relationships, which I shouldn't be worried about, but Well, with that being said, actions got questionable. So when those actions got questionable, that made me question, like, what are we doing? Type deal.
And that was another reason why I put in, as women, we need to start looking at the actions, because we stop looking at the actions and worried about the words. We need to start looking at the actions. If the actions are there, that's all it really needs to be.
Right.
Because if the words are there and the actions don't match up, what's going to happen? Nothing but disappointment and heartache.
Right. Yeah.
So if the actions are there and there's a consistency basis with the pursuit, then for me, I don't think there should be anything else that it's necessary to be needed. Just because you're not worried about the words, you've got to look at the actions. And as women, we are constantly hooked up on words and stuck with the words, because that's probably kind of how we was raised. That's kind of how old relationships went, and then things got confusing. And it's just, sometimes a lot of people now these days, a lot of people will walk very differently than they talk.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying, like, it's not necessary to always have those titles. Like, as women, we need to stop making excuses for men or for relationships that we are staying in. And yes, I am guilty of this. That we shouldn't be with.
Yeah.
We need to have better boundaries. And if that person is consistently pushing those boundaries and you're consistently moving the goalpost, what's going to keep you from moving the goalpost to at your 80? Y'all going to be still playing around at 80 and moving the goalpost again?
I get you, Risey. I really do. I understand some of your talking points, where you're coming from. Yeah.
At least that's just my take on it. Like, I definitely used to be a person that wanted to have a title. And I understood that. But I also understood that for me, that was a part of the insecurity that I had, where if that person is going to pursue me, their actions are going to show it.
Yeah. Definitely.
I'm not going to be ghosted. I'm not going to be not talked to for a whole 24-hour period and things like that. Like,
I see you, Classic. And so, yeah. Okay. Well, I appreciate you calling in, Roxy.
That's just my take on it.
Yeah. Make sure you tune in next week, too. I don't know what the topic gonna be.
Okay.
Y'all need to give me be thinking about a topic, Roxy, and let me know what y'all want to talk about. All right, thank you, Roxy.
Good. I will do that.
All right, bye bye.
Thank you. Have a nice one. Have a good night. You're doing great on your show.
Thank you. All right, y'all. Let's get some of these comments. Y'all been rolling through the comments. Thank y'all for keeping the chat popping. Let's see. I done lost my place, y'all. Hold on, let me go. Conditional on what front? Okay. Well, yeah, I went too far back. Oh, here we go. Momo said, me and Classic are aligned. Miles said, expectations need to be discussed in the first few dates. The earlier, the better. I agree, Miles. Soul said, Classic, you can't sound bad. Everyone agrees except Rain. Oh, let's see. Into Deep said, Cam and Noah had this convo. It was a good one. I might have to check it out. Classic said, daily reminders is real. Uncle Plug said, titles mean nothing. Your position is what matters. Classic said, hey, Momo. Classic said, what's up, Aunt Souls and Ted? Classic said, Roxy. I can hear him say that. So said, let me stop being real before I'm blocked. Relationship. Oh, there I go. I popped out, but I'm back. Classic said, I feel like we want perfect scenarios instead of deeply understanding the pros, cons, and reality of a true long-term relationship. It's about y'all are still here rocking with me. I love y'all so much. AT&T. We got some issues over here. It seems like it does at the same time every night, just about. But thank y'all I see y'all are still here with me. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Classic said, I feel like we want perfect scenarios instead of deeply understanding the pros, cons, and reality of a true long-term relationship. It's about surfing the wave that is life. Let me find where I'm at. Okay, here we go. Hey, I'm gonna have to give me some better internet, y'all, for real. Let's see. Uncle Puz said, you got blocked anyway, so. Classic said, keeping it real will definitely get you blocked. Comes with the territory. So said, no plug. I didn't. You can only block those who engaged. Laugh out loud. I don't need soap. Y'all being petty in the chat. Classic said, I got enough soap for all of us. I'm petty. Classic said, I will make time if I ain't got it. Classic said, now I see why Chief Keef said what he said about New Jersey. Y'all so, I love y'all so much. Soul said, great show. Thank you. Thank you. Classic said, great topic. And Too Deep. Of course, hey, y'all, we do have merch. The whole store is still 10% off. Make sure y'all go cop y'all some merch. Uncle Bud says Jersey cold-blooded. Oh, my God. Soul said, forget Cam. Rain got the combo. Appreciate you, Souls. And Too Deep says, sent the link already. Yeah, I know I was frozen. AT&T went all the way out. Soul said, yes, Tundra Rain. Uncle Plus said, gotta get to know your person in and out. What you like, don't like, tolerate, and won't tolerate. Definitely. Tyson said, gridlock, we'll be here when you get back. I appreciate y'all for staying the course. I appreciate y'all. Y'all are so petty. Soul said she hacked her. She seen the chat. Neither. And Too Deep said that Georgia internet service. Yeah, Alabama. Roxy said, yes, ma'am. Perfect timing. Can't stop the rain. Never. Tuesday said lives and start glitching. And he said, perfect time. Regis said, perfect time. And like a woman, I was starting to get fed up. International school with the umbrellas. I appreciate y'all for real. But what I was getting to before Miss Roxy called was I had an email. I literally had this. This is where this topic came up. I had an email in my conversational Soft Reign Gmail that I hadn't checked in forever. Like I was saying, I'm bad at checking inboxes. If y'all ever hit me up on Instagram, honestly, I don't have the notifications on. I'll have tons of Instagram inboxes and whatnot and not check them for days. And I don't scroll TikTok like I used to. But I had an email, believe it or not, I had an email. And I got the email over here. I'm gonna pull it up. I'm not gonna put it on the screen because I don't want that person information out there like that. But let me pull it up. And that's how this topic came up. Let me pull it up. Let's see. Where is it at? Where did it go, y'all? Hold on. I thought I had it. Did I not put it up here? Let me go get it. I gotta go get it. I thought I put it in my notes. My Gmail. I guess it ain't. Ooh. So I'm gonna put this over here so it don't freeze me, y'all. If I don't find it, we just gonna have to, because I thought I pasted it over here in my notes. Because she sent it. Oh, I said she. And well, y'all know it's a female. A couple of weeks ago. Hold on, y'all. Is it right here? I got so many. I need to reset my stuff up. I got so many. I need to stop sending my TikTok stuff in here. Where is it at? I got so many emails. I don't even know. We'll have to do it next time. But that's where it came from. I had got an email, and she wanted, if I remember correctly, she was like, "Hey, I've been talking to this guy for so long, and we haven't moved forward. We've been in this talking stage for however many months," she said. And she was saying that he hadn't put a title on anything or asked her. That's another thing too. Do men ask women anymore? Say, "Hey, are you gonna be my lady? Or will you be my lady? Or girlfriend or whatever?" Do men do that anymore? I don't think they do. I think it just evolves into whatever it is. And then one day you hear that person say, "Oh, that's my lady right there," or "You're my lady." They tell you who they are instead of asking. Yeah, so hey, Lisa. I appreciate you coming in here, Lisa. Tessa said, people are fickle. Titles won't change that. At the same time, I know why people want and need them. And Sko said, hey, Lisa, with all of her brain cells. Yep, she always has all of her brain cells. International Sko said, I told mine you're going to be my wife. Title. Well, that's who they are. That's her title though, your wife. I don't know. I guess I'm the only one who needs clarity from titles out of everybody in the chat. Out of everybody in the chat. Well, you know what? I'm not gonna take up too much more of y'all's time. I appreciate everybody being here. Lisa, you caught us on the tail end. But I hope you go back and rewatch. I don't know. We got some comments coming in. Let's see. Richard said they both got to be crazy about each other. Lisa said, "Hey, Scope. Her apocalypse. Hey, teach us or teach me how to say your name. I've seen it all the time in on all of our channels, and I've never really known how to say your name. Her apocalypse. Is that how it is? The beautiful rain is here. I appreciate you coming in and viewing. Make sure you drop a like. Roxy said, Jill Scott said it best. If you can tell me what to do, then you can tell me what to do. Hey, Roxy, that's a totally different subject. That's a totally different subject. That's talking about, she was talking about submission in that when she said that. Miles said, does dating with intention only apply to women? Guys typically just want to enjoy an evening. No, I think men should date with intention. It all depends. It all depends on what they want. If they want a committed relationship, they need a date with intention. On either side, whether it's a man or a woman. Be intentional about what you're doing. If you wanna just play and just be out here, exploring your options, then be intentional about exploring your options. If you want to date for long term and finding your person, be intentional about dating long term and moving in that way. Whatever way you want to move, if you're a person who likes to explore your options, be intentional in exploring your options and don't move over that threshold of being intentional about dating long term. Pick a side. Either you're going to explore your options or you're going to date long term. That's how I see it. Guys may D. Classic said, Rain, I'm just tired of calling it something or finally developing a level of comfort with a person's presence just for them to wake up on a random Tuesday and say, F it. I get it, Classic. I get it. Pronounce Hey Roo. Hey Roo. All right. Hey Roo. I got you. Hey Roo. Appreciate that. Classic said, does he need a title to be able to tell you what to do, Rain? No. The way he presents himself to me, his presence, the way he moves, he doesn't necessarily have to have a title. Now, my cooperation on telling me what to do comes different. I will say that. Conditional. Like Soul says, I'm conditional. Hey Roo, let me go. Yeah, Hey Roo said, guys may still ask from time to time, but normally it may be a mutual understanding without saying it out loud. Guys may still ask from time to time, but normally it may be mutual understanding without saying it out loud. Yes, I understand that, especially if they're on the same wavelength. If both of their intentions are the same, if they have to be aligned with their intentions. If both of them want a long-term relationship, then yes, it could be a mutual understanding without saying it out loud because it's gonna come out some way, shape, or form in actions. And I'm not double talking souls because I know you're gonna say I'm double talking, but it does come out in actions too as well. But I think with that being said, that giving it that it's like that stamp, boom, that's what that is. Boom, this is what this is. Without having to look at something, you know what it is. Miles said, my understanding is the intention is to find a husband. Yeah. Miles laughing. What you laughing at, Miles? Glitching. I knew you was gonna come after me, classic. And Too Deep said, most men know how and who to move on. It's the ladies that want titles. I agree. Classic said, no title required to be him, fellas. Right. Rox said, laugh out loud. It still goes the same, even if it was about submission. If the man I'm talking to and they tell me to be ready to go in an hour after knowing my day is free, then I'm hopping in the shower to go. Absolutely. Definitely. That's why I say the way his presence is, the way he carries himself as a man and his position in your life, regardless of the title. Me personally, I don't mind asking the woman that I'm intentional about. I don't mind asking the woman that I'm intentional. Right. And I think a lot of men shouldn't mind asking a woman that they're intentional about. You shouldn't. If you're intentional about me, you shouldn't mind at all. Richard said, Rain steady trying to leave us standing at fire. I know. I was supposed to leave 5 minutes ago, but y'all are still here. So said, I have nothing to say. Our thinking process is in the results. Two Sites said, I just love the raindrops in my life. Yeah, y'all. I mean, this was a good topic. And Too Deep said, but you said it yourself. I could tell you I want you to be my wife, but not act like wanting to be your husband. Does that still make you feel better? No. Your actions prove you can tell me all day, hey, I want you to be my wife. You're gonna be my wife. I want you to be my wife. But then your actions prove different. So no, that is the actions come along with it as well. But like Souls and Roxy and Momo and everybody else is saying that actions only is needed, not actions and titles. But yeah, you can tell me all day, oh, you my wife. Oh, you my lady. You my little boo thing. Whatever I could be to you. But your actions can prove otherwise. Definitely. Rain, are you a decent cooker? I would believe so. I would believe so. Yeah. I think I am. And Too Deep said, so titles don't matter, right? Y'all got me. Y'all ain't gonna have me double talking. It's the clarity that comes along with it for me. But along with that title, your actions have to prove too. Like, cause I want to know what are we doing? I would want to know what are we doing? Classic says, Souls, I don't know about that in a small amount of rare cases. I have an old friend that is a cool person and good looking, but can't lock in a man for ish. She riding shotgun on the struggle bus. I have an old friend that is a cool person and good looking, but can't lock in a man for ish. She riding shotgun on the struggle bus. What is it? But see, what is it that? And see, y'all, men want to blame the women. Like a woman she could be a good woman. She could have herself together, be a good woman, be wife-like material, and then just still can't lock in a good or a man for nothing. She could be like, I'm not even saying nobody is perfect. Nobody is perfect. But check most of the boxes on a man's requirement whatever list they have and still get passed up and have a decent personality, cool, chill, down to earth and everything. Maybe she's just too boring. Is that it, classic? She might just be too boring. So Roxy said most time words give too much false hope. That too. Because even that person can say my wife all day long and not have the intentions of making you his wife. So ain't too deep laughing. Classic said, I heard rain threw down at the Airbnb in Chicago. I missed the breakfast, y'all. I did. I did. Well, Plug said I cooked some good grits. Grits. Richard said, if you put I was mad too because that Airbnb, the stove didn't work because I couldn't cook my biscuits. The stove wasn't working. Richard said, if you put a title, better hope she feels double that. She gonna put thirsty tail in the group chat. What you mean, Richard? Glitch. On group chat. Classic said, I've seen it rain. I'm gonna be quiet. It's rare, but it happens. Rain has a point, chat. I have seen it. Maybe 1 out of every 100. Yeah. There's women out there who are some pretty good women who got themselves together, whose personality, they're cool, chill. They could maybe be a little bit awkward, but it just seemed like they can't find that one dude. And it could be something like she could be too boring. Some women who don't have somebody, they could be boring. They could lack that little bit of fire. I have to do that again. That little bit of fire. Places said, no, she's not boring at all. I can't say too much more, but I've definitely seen worse women get white. Exactly. Yeah. So I would want to know, what is it that's missing that she can't get? I question myself sometimes that she can't get locked in with somebody. Yep. And I'm on Discord. Make sure y'all go check out our Discord. Click that link and join our Discord. You can talk to us anytime in there. Give us ideas and information, or tell us about what y'all. We want to talk about what y'all want to talk about, especially here on the hotline. I want to talk about what y'all want to talk about, so y'all can call in and talk to me. Classic said, Rain, your next Black adjacent mission is to learn how to make your biscuits on the stovetop. Gotta have some finesse. I know, and usually, Classic, I can do something, but I didn't have any kind of, I don't think I had any like cooking oil or any. I think I only had a little bit of butter. So I got to figure that out, because usually I'm pretty good at making some things work, and I made a meal out of what we got in the pantry and not necessarily what really goes together. So, but yeah, and Too Deep said, be a little bit. I don't want to assume, but she's missing something, and it's probably something that has to do with cooking, if you know what I'm saying, downstairs. So you think that may have something to do with it? Boring in that department? Momo said, I'm back. What I missed? Everything, Momo. You should have stayed. Stacey said, Momo, you missed a lot, starting with my shootout. Y'all so silly. I love being here with y'all, though. Y'all really make the time go by fast. It don't even seem like we've been sitting here for an hour and a half already. But I appreciate everybody that was in the chat. Let me see who all came up in here. I really didn't see any new people. Richard said, I'm not gonna put y'all business out there. Y'all got y'all group chat. You talking about women? What you talking about, Richard? Miles said, what happens after titles usually means more work for the man. I can see it. Because do y'all think the reason why we or most people try to stay away from titles, most people in this chat try to stay away from titles, is because of the expectations, because expectations may change once that title gets put on there. So Classic said, I meant shout out. Oh, what did you say, Classic? Momo, you missed a lot starting with my shout out. Oh yeah. Momo said, I'm blue. Thank you, bro. Y'all favorite word is huh. Huh? Miles said yes. So that's what it is then, Miles. So after the expectations change once the title gets put on it. Oh, I'm your lady now, so this is what you got to do. Oh, I'm your wife now, so this is what you're expecting from me. So the expectations change once you put a title on it. And that's why people don't want to put titles on things, because that makes expectations move. Lisa said entitlement. Yes, that's exactly what Classic said when he called in, Lisa. Mama said, oh yeah, my girl group chat definitely jumping. I'm not gonna expose the girl group chat. Never. Into Deep said facts, Miles. Classic said, if I know one thing about people, they will let you down if you let up. And Too Deep says single life. Are y'all gonna let me leave this time, or y'all want to stay on? We can keep going. I can find some more videos. I got a few more minutes to spare. This has been interesting though. For the most part, we've learned that expectations or titles can change expectations. We've learned that most people want to not put a title on anything, just go with the flow and let the relationship evolve into what it is. Throw some questions right quick. Rain needs to experience some overtime. Definitely. If y'all got something for me, let me know. We can do Q&A. I can put a banner up. We can do Q&A. Needs to experience overtime. Yeah. Richard said, talk to you later, Rain. I'm around. Richard, you want to call in and talk about it? Because you had a lot to say. Call me. We can talk about it on the phone. Yeah. We can do chat Q&A. Let's see. Let me put a banner up. Let's see. I'm gonna say chat Q&A. Oh, what is that? There we go. Add banner. Oh, there we go. Chat Q&A. What y'all got for me? Let's see. Bridget, Bridget, you do be cooking. Bridget ain't never gonna call. Bridget, you being hounded in the chat to call. 205-265-1465. Call in, Bridget. Yeah, Bridget. So everybody wants you to call in, Bridget. Oh man. Well, hold on. Wait a minute. I just see, because I had these random TikToks pulled up over here about relationship titles, right? So I see this one. Simply said, yeah, Bridget be cooking though. Bridget said, I got a deep voice like a monster too much. Let me share my screen. Let's see. So I'm gonna wait a minute. This is coming from my internet, but not be going out again. This is coming from Steve Harvey, y'all. So hold on, let me add this to the stage. I don't wanna hold on. Let's do it like this. He gonna say something.
He loves you. That's the beginning of it. He's willing to profess it. He'll give you profess it.
What are they doing?
He'll give you a
okay.
If a man loves you, that's the beginning of it. He's willing to profess it. He'll give you a title after a while. You're going to be his lady, his woman, his fiance, his wife, his baby's mama, something.
Yes.
But if he's introducing you after 6 months, this is Oprah. You should be standing there going, this is going nowhere. If a man loves you, that's the beginning of it. He's willing to profess it. He'll give you a title. After a while, you're going to be his lady, his woman, his fiance, his wife, his baby's mama, something.
Yes.
But if he's introducing you after 6 months, this is Oprah. You should be standing there going, this is going nowhere. If a man...
See y'all. See? But see, I know Classic gonna say, well, I ain't introducing her to nobody anyway. So I don't know. And Too Deep said the reason why we are in this trouble now is because of Steve Harvey dumb tail book. Oh man, y'all. Yeah, I didn't read the book, but is my internet going out, y'all? I hope not. It's buffering on my end. Can y'all still see me okay? 777 Big Fresh. Hey, Jay Zilla, what's up? The best hostess with the mostest. Miles said, Mr. Potato Head should stick to jokes. Yeah. Yeah. And Too Deep. Oh, say, good. Y'all can still see me. Yeah. Y'all don't have anything else for me? If not, then I'm on. Mama said, peer pressure, Rigid. Where you at? We waiting on you, Rigid. We're going to give you a few more minutes. Let me see if I can pull up something else. Oh, she says, how to choose a life partner. Let's see. Maybe she has some discernment in there. Let me add her to the stage. Move this out of the way.
Choosing a life partner isn't hard. You just keep ignoring what's right in front of you. It's literally in the title, life partner. You see, when it comes to the life part, this isn't temporary. This is forever. You didn't just choose someone to have fun with. You chose someone to build a life with. That simply means that this love right here can't be based on vibes or chemistry or how attracted we are to each other or just when things are going well, because life is going to test you both through stressors, through losses, through change, through pressure. And all of the good times aren't exactly what's going to carry you through all of that. And when it comes to the partner part, that just means that we're not going to be 50-50 all the time. I got you when you don't got you, and you got me when I don't got it. It's being able to cover each other, holding each other up. Let me be clear, standing 10 toes down when life hits at its hardest. So I want you to ask yourself today, has the person that you've chosen to be your life partner actually shown that? Have they shown you loyalty? Have they been consistent? Have they been committed to their word? Is their word their bond? Or are they only committed when it's convenient for them? And you're stepping in to fill in all of the gaps in this relationship, hoping that one day they'll be able to become that dependable person later on. And if at this point they haven't shown that they can hold you or themselves up in this relationship, this isn't your life partner. This is just somebody that you chose to love. Because being someone's life partner isn't just a cute title. It's the privilege of having the responsibility for one another. You understand me?
She was talking, kind of say, you understand me? Put her foot down on that one. I don't know, y'all. Partner is a tough word. I don't like partner too much. Into Deep Miles, he can't do jokes anymore. You know why? Cat Williams. Oh, y'all having side conversations. Classic said, and I saw this Classic, and my heart went to my feet. If a man must earn your submission, how does the woman earn the title? The same way. The same way. She has to prove same way, proving yourself. If you show me you can lead me, then I'll be submissive. If I show you that I'm coming with these wife-like qualities, then you would be comfortable in calling me your wife, right? Classic. I don't like that dang partner word thing. I know I don't like partners either because it's not a partnership. Into Deep said, if you call me a life partner, I'm going to be like, all right, I'm going to need $50,000 so we can get a life insurance policy. Momo said, you can't class. They both got to be equally yoked and equally want to submit to each other. Submission is not one-sided. Submit to each other. Submission is not one-sided. Classic. When people go ghost, what are they avoiding by not communicating? Reality. reality, accountability, factualness. Is that a word? Factualness. They don't want to it's not coming to me. It's in my brain, but it's not coming to my tongue. They don't want their feet to be held to the fire, which is accountability. When somebody goes ghost and they don't communicate, it's something going on within themselves. Either they were wrong and they know they were wrong and they don't want to be they don't want it on put in front of them is what I'm trying to say. They don't want their faults put in front of them. They think that it's gonna go away. They might show up later on, and when they went ghost and didn't communicate, they think they might go away and everything will be hunky dory when they reappear. But no, life mate, not partner. Absolutely. Classy said, I ain't submitting to a woman. I got her back though. I don't kneel or yield. Lisa said, thank you, Lisa. She said, sometimes men introduce their woman by name only because they don't want everybody in their business. True enough. People can't put two and two together. Dudes just be nosy. We still trying to get to know each other. You're right. Yeah. Like when you come to the cookout and they say, I see you, nephew. They know what's up. They know what's up. Yeah, they know what's up. Oh, y'all got a bunch of comments in here. Jay said, Flip said, and God said, if you are not confrontational, run away unless I catch you in traffic. My reaction is to be determined. Ooh, and God said, if you are not confrontational, run away unless I catch you in traffic. My reaction to be determined. Mama said classic. So if a woman is submissive, she yields and kneels. No, Joe, I ain't going. Here we go. Classic said, ain't no coming back with me. I'm more unforgiving than the devil himself. If it's F me, it's F you forever on the set. F you mean. Miles said, both submitting. I can see entering agreement, but not too submissive. Mama, hey, I tell you what, I know we have talked about submission dozens of times in the past almost year now. So we can bring it back for the hotline because it seemed like it's going to be a topic that we're going to go back and forth with tonight. So I said, any woman of mine will gladly kneel. Amen. Hallelujah. Roxy said, classic, when people go ghost, we need to just let them and have self-respect. It's easier said than done. I'm practicing this art now. Because they're showing their hand anyway. They're showing you who they are anyway. So, yeah. Y'all kept me on here a little bit longer. I appreciate y'all for real, for real. I appreciate y'all for real, for real. I've had a blast. I love doing this though. I really do. It's good. Classic said, I'm a big grudge holder. I take it all the way to the gym with me. Keep the gas tank full. Absolutely. Absolutely. And Deep said, classic hoes agreed. My release game is extra mean. Flip said, don't stay around if you a snake. Hiding until time's up and you cut the grass, then surprise. That right there. I know what you mean, but I'm not. It's still there. What do you do in the situation, Miss Softy? If the snake is still there, I would hope to think you would kill it, unalive it, by the neck, chop the head off. Ooh, I don't think I was supposed to say that. Yeah, release the head from the shoulders. If it's still there, if it was hiding, if I saw it and then it went into hiding and then I cleared out space and cut the grass, and it's there. It's finito, finished. Classic said, rain is in overtime. Yes. Lisa said, classic, bye. Y'all so silly. Y'all are silly, man. For real, for real. But yeah, I don't know, y'all. We am I closing it up this time? Do y'all have any more chat Q&A for me before I get off here? Yeah, it's been good. It's been good. We've said that some people need titles for, well, I've said that some people need titles for clarity. Everybody else in the chat said titles aren't needed. Not everybody agreed not everybody agreed with me, and I didn't agree with everybody. So I think at the end of the day, we just need to figure out what we want and be intentional with what we want and who we desire in our lives. Let me finish reading up these comments. Roxy said, Rain, appreciate you for going longer. You doing your thing. I appreciate you, Roxy. Appreciate you staying around. Flip said, death, the equalizer. Bye-bye. Oh, this too good. Mafia Rain. Oh. He said, Rain want to go to sleep. It's been a long day, Lisa, for real, for real. It has been. I appreciate y'all, though. And Too Deep says, sub to the RSC. We're trying to get the 500. Yes, absolutely. So since you're here and you got this up here for me, and Too Deep, make sure I am the RSC's first lady. There's 5 of us. We form together like Voltron, like Classic and Ted says all the time. You've seen everybody in the chat that was here. Souls of Thought, Classic Codes, Ted's Down, and Uncle Plug TV. Everybody was in here. If you go over to that page that's up there on the screen now, hit the links button. All of our links to our separate pages are on there. Make sure y'all go to each one of our pages, subscribe, like, share, and all that good stuff. We bring y'all content 7 days a week. 7 days. It might be a day or two every once in a while where we don't go 7, but one of us is going live almost every day of the week, and especially on Monday through Thursdays and Sundays. I'm gonna say Sunday through Thursdays are our heaviest days, and we appreciate Classic too for bringing us in through the weekends with some of the things that we do, and we do everything from sociology to financial to relationships to just people being people, everything and any and everything in between. We got something for everybody. So yeah, so y'all make sure y'all check us out. I am on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday nights. Every other Wednesday night, I'm on the No Middleman panel with Uncle Plug and Souls. We usually go live on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday nights around 8:30 Central Time. So keep a lookout for that. Tez is on. He's the best midday newscaster around. He's on middays. He usually goes live around 1 p.m. On Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, sometimes Thursdays with Classic on the Human Experience. They have a great show over there called The Human Experience. And Tez has his own show. Classic has his own show. He comes through in the afternoon times, about 3:30ish Central, 4, sometimes 4ish, some along in there. And he can take you home on the way home from work. That's usually what I'm doing. I'm usually moving on the way home from work when he's on or heading to the gym. And Souls, well, Sundays are our heaviest days. Souls and Plug, they got their own sports show on Sundays. We do have Sunday Service. We do have Raw. We got several shows. We got a lot of content that y'all can be checking out and really getting to know each one of us individually and together as a team as well. So, and we want to keep bringing y'all this great content. We have a Discord. Make sure y'all get in the Discord. Make sure y'all can talk to us and tell us exactly what you want to talk about, because we want to talk about what you want to talk about. Yep. So Roxy said, great show. Stand your ground. Lisa, them tickets. I can't. I've seen, okay, we'll talk about Chris Brown a little bit before we get off of here. Chris Brown and Usher. So between 24 and 25, I saw Chris Brown 3 times and Usher once. Okay. I justified my ticket price when I saw Chris Brown in San Antonio. Okay. I like destination concerts. Okay. I can easily run up to Atlanta and see them in Atlanta and come right back home, easily. And I think now they have 4 shows going on in Atlanta at the Mercedes-Benz Dome or whatever it is. I could justify those ticket prices, Lisa, then, but now I just seeing the pre-sale prices, it's ridiculous. You want me to spend I think it was over $800 to stand in the pit. I can't justify that. I can't. Great entertainers. Don't get me wrong. Do not get me wrong. Chris Brown, Usher, both great, undeniable talent, great entertainers. But I cannot justify those ticket prices unless like a super sale happens. It's gonna be a last minute decision for me, for real. Unless somebody wants to sponsor a trip. But I like destination concerts. Like I seen Usher in Vegas, and it wasn't even his residency; it was his regular tour. Seen Chris in San Antonio and in Atlanta twice. So I can't justify the price, Lisa. Not right now. I can't unless maybe if I win the lottery. I just can't. I can't justify it right now. It's not sitting right in my soul for that amount of money that they got going on. And I can't do nosebleeds. I don't like the 300 section, 200 section. I need to be close by the floor or like the 100 section in these Superdomes. And I don't want to go. The reason why I went to San Antonio, Lisa, to see Chris is because I looked for a venue that was not outside. That was his stadium tour. So he was at these football stadiums that were outside and out. No. Fall time and summertime in the South outside. Rain don't do good. I'm coming to enjoy myself at a concert, not sweat and carry on. And I know the women went up in there with full face makeup on and probably sweated all that off before they even left the stadium. So that's the reason why I went to San Antonio, because it was a closed in venue. I didn't want to be outside. And Too Deep said, just keep your sugar rain. I'm trying. And there's the Classic Codes. There's his channel. Y'all go subscribe. He's got 4 channels. Yeah, so y'all go rock with him over there. They be working out too. Souls be doing sweat with Souls, and Classic does his dog work. I forget what you call it. So Classic. I'm sorry. But yeah, Classic got 4 channels. So y'all go over there and subscribe to all his channels. And Flip said, hit the like button. I think that's what you said. There's Souls of Thoughts page. Yeah. Thank you. He said, I hit the like. I appreciate you. And Too Deep, there's Tez Down and Uncle Plug. Yep, we trying to get him to 4,000 watch hours. So y'all make sure y'all go over to Uncle Plug TV. He's got some great content over there. Story time. I think it's like a 10-part series now. So make sure y'all go over there and check him out. And Tez is on Kick. And of course, my Cash App. Hey, if y'all want to sponsor me going to Chris Brown, my Cash App is right there and it's in the scrolling at the bottom. Miles said, y'all got a great thing going. We really appreciate you, Miles, for always checking in with us. Pastor said, hey, Rain, I know I DM you, but my support is public too. I'm proud of you and your fitness journey. When you share your story, I'll be right here. Classic. That's what I need to do too. I'll do that. I'll do that soon. Cause it's a long journey. Ooh, a long journey. Oh, a lot. Yeah. Yeah, you do be DMing me. I really appreciate that. And I had to when I posted that today, I was going through old pictures. I was just scrolling. I said, "Oh my God, I can't." I needed that reminder because recently I've gotten off focus with my eating habits and not being active as much as I used to be. So sometimes those scrolling through pictures and seeing where you were and where you went and where you can go back to, and I wasn't even finished there. I wasn't finished. So kind of got off track, but we back on there. We back on there. That's that. Wow, this man Chris Brown gets an extra 30 minutes check. Oh man. Classic said, fellas, make sure you understand the reality of this madness. Oh, here come all the Chris Brown chats coming in. Lisa said, I missed Usher residency, so I have to go. Yeah, I missed the residency too, but I saw his regular tour in Vegas. So I love me a concert. I love me a great concert. The thing too about like the city that I'm in here, we get the same folk all the time. Like we're not big enough of a city to bring in those huge artists. Like Chris Brown would never come here. Our auditorium, our civic center only seats like 10,000 people, so he'll never come here. So I have to go to Atlanta or Birmingham, places like that to see these big artists that sell out these State Farm arenas and the stadiums and whatnot. So, and you know what I'll tell you this too. I love an intimate setting as well, like the city wineries and stuff like that in Atlanta when you have that neo soul like Raheem DeVaughn and people like Jill Scott come in. I like those intimate settings as well too. I like music, just to go and be in that. And I like poetry. I like spoken word. I like going to events like that too as well. So it's all about the experience, you know. Lisa said, I'm going to NOLA and the prices weren't bad. I didn't check out NOLA. You got me. Look, NOLA is a drive for me. 5 hours. I might have to check them out. Did you acquire tickets? Did you get your tickets? I know the pre-sale was today. And 2D said, I went to see Usher in Vegas. I'm a hater and I didn't want to like it. And 2D, did you go by yourself? Or am I being too personable? Flip said, I will be enough. Then Cristiano Moreto and Fryer go to concert and I'm coming in third place to some cherries and backstage JC Penney's photos. Now that's one thing I won't do. I will not. I am not paying. And I think they were going for like $1,000. The Chris Brown pictures, the meet and greet pictures. I'm not doing that. No. I did have front row tickets to see him in Atlanta, or for a front row ticket to see him in Atlanta. So I enjoyed that part. You know what? I might post that on my I'll post that on my Instagram stories. But yeah, I had a front row ticket. I splurged a little bit on that one. It wasn't too bad though. It wasn't too bad. It was a resale ticket and I checked. I said, let me see what they got. And I said, oh, I can do that. So he was at the Tycoon Festival here in Atlanta, and it had a bunch of other artists as well, like Monica and Ashanti and all them other people that come all together. Ooh, locked and loaded. That's what I'm talking about. So I don't know, Lisa. I might have to check it out. And you know what? I might get with you on the back end and see where you sitting. And you know what? I've never been to New Orleans. I'll let you know, Lisa. Maybe we can link up. If I do decide to go, we can link up, do dinner or something, or a little cocktail place or something. Never by myself. Okay. Miles said, Usher a bad boy, no Diddy. And CD said, I look old school and 90s R&B. Oh, you like old school and 90s R&B. I'm hoping that's what you said. All right, y'all. So y'all done help me on here for 34 minutes. I've been trying to get off for 30 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. We talked about Chris Brown and all that good stuff. So Lisa, I will definitely be in touch. I'll look at those tickets and see. Because that'll be a good experience too. Maybe we can link up and do dinner or something if I decide to go. You look like you could be from New Orleans or Baton Rouge. Okay. I'll take that as a compliment. I was born in Louisiana, but I was a military baby. So I'm not from Louisiana, but I was born there. And I think I was about When did we leave? I was about 6 months old when we left, so I didn't stay there too long. Definitely. So we'll link up on that for real, for real. Yeah. You got my wheels turning now. I'm gonna have to go take a look. Yeah. All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all sitting here with me for 2 hours. We have talked about a lot. Talked about titles, being in relationships. Talked about Chris Brown and Usher tour and all that good stuff. And I'm gonna get on out of here. Make sure y'all come back next week, same time, same channel. I'm gonna try to come on a little bit earlier. I had to get myself together. Try to come on a little bit earlier so we can get to bed earlier because we do have real 9 to 5s around here and lives as well. So, but I appreciate everybody that was in here. I'm gonna shout out everybody that was in here too. I know Jen was in here, Sko was in here, Plug, Classic, Tez, Souls, Miles, In Too Deep, of course, Rigid left. Y'all, Momo and Classic, y'all pressured Rigid to get on the phone. He left. Yeah, Rigid was in here. Hey, Lisa was in here. Roxy, of course. And I think that's just pretty much everybody. If I didn't get you, Too Tight. Yes, Too Tight was in here. And Jay Zilla. So if I didn't say your name, I'm sorry, but I appreciate everybody watching. And of course, make sure you like the stream, share it with somebody who might need it. And y'all have a good evening. I'll see y'all on next time.
Let's meet around 4. I look in your eyes, you look to the side, could tell that you nervous, your hands a little cold. When we lock eyes, you bite up your lip and crack a little smile, everything is a go. Shorty so gorgeous, she fine, face for a portrait. I'm knowing she noticed, but I'm trying to stay focused, my poker face holding. But I feel like she knowing, and I'm trying to control it. She inviting me